What a beautiful morning. It's 0500 and we are going to be doing some deer hunting. Oh, look at that. GPS. How convenient. That's exactly what I needed, is a GPS marker location where deer tracks are. Okay, we're going to go the complete opposite way. I actually want to head... Can we head this way? And we'll still be going... We'll have the wind in our face, so that's good. So I'm just going to pretend like I didn't take 2 months off from YouTube, by the way. Hi, how you doing? rhinoCRUNCH here today. And yes, I'm alive. No, I'm not a zombie. And I'm back from the dead to eat your brains. I'm just here to win your heart. That's all. So I just want to clear a couple things up before we get into it. Oh, first, before we go, I really need ammo. Bow hunting in this game is actually fairly difficult, and I burn through bows. And this is a big bow here. This is a big arrow, heavy arrow. You cannot afford this item. Okay, all right. I guess I'm too broke to buy some arrows. Arrows are expensive. $700 for 4 arrows is a little steep, but we'll come back after we get... What do we got here? We have 2 shots. We only technically need 1 shot because 1 shot, 1 kill. So let's do some bow hunting. Let me just see here. Yeah, we gotta hit our shots. I recently fell in love with archery. Part of the reason I was gone, 5 days of hunting. I went bow hunting this year for the first time. If you guys follow my Instagram, you know I wasn't gone. I actually had so much go on, but let's just clear something up really quickly because I don't know. I just feel like I feel this need to say this, and maybe I don't need to say it. Maybe I just need to have faith that God will lead those who he leads to the channel in spirit and in truth. But the other part of me is like, you know what? I do need to clarify some things. I just want to say that I have never, nor intended on, seriously taking money from a charity stream, pocketing a charity stream, forcing anybody to speak about God. Anybody who knows me knows that's ridiculous. And the fact that I see these comments on videos, it's just, it's saddening. I know that God has a plan for it, and I have faith, and I'm gonna be faithful to that plan. And I just, misinformation, man. We live in an age where you really just don't know what to believe. And I just want you guys to hear it from the horse's mouth that I would never, ever take charity. That's not even how charity streams work. When you do a charity stream, you give directly to the dang people. The donation link goes to them. Come on, guys. Don't be so silly. Don't be so naive. Please. Use your darn noggins. Anyway, so we used to play this game a long time ago. Not this game, but the same makers of this game made a similar game, and we had a series called the Hunter Diaries. And part of the reason I've been MIA, besides having a newborn baby, congratulations me, praise God, she came out healthy, 9 pounds even. She's beautiful. She's a week old. Besides deer season, which I didn't get anything, it was my first year bow hunting. It's a lot harder than I expected. Instead of getting, like a couple 100 yards out, you need to get like 30 or 40 yards out, depending on your ability. And that's damn near impossible. So I have a huge respect for bow hunters now. Now, for those of you who've maybe never been around hunting, let's back up, because this is actually a story. This is a story, and I want to tell this story because I think it's... What is that? I think it's pretty interesting. So, years and years ago, I went deer hunting with my dad. Oh, here we go. Got some tracks. We went shotgun hunting. It was... I was probably too young to actually care about it. It wasn't something that I was just ready for. And I listened to a lot of Joe Rogan. They're always going hunting. They're always talking about bow hunting and the difficulty and the extreme physical physique you need to be able to backpack, spot and stalk, all the stuff that requires, and you don't just go out in the woods and see a deer and blow his head off with a compound bow. It's actually really, really, really difficult as far as, especially if you're not hunting on private land. And I learned that. But besides that, let's keep backing up. So he had this guest on a long time ago that it was pretty interesting, Steve Rinelli. And Steve Rinelli has a show called Meat Eater on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. And I started watching Meat Eater, and boom! It was like a lightning bolt from Lord Jesus came down and struck me right on the tip of my toe. And ooh, here we go. I was inspired. I was just so inspired. Like when first time I rode a motorcycle, I wasn't ready for it. I was pretty young. Did we get that call? We didn't get that call. He's this way. First time I rode a motorcycle, I was pretty young, and we gotta go easy here, boys. We gotta maybe slow her down a bit. No, we don't. It's I feel like, let me see. Let's see, which way is it? He's not even going this way. He's going. See, we're blowing our scent all. We're just broadcasting this all. Oh, here we go. That's close. It's a warning call. Okay, let's see. Let's call. Wait. Oh, I see him. Ooh, it's a buck. Okay, now we gotta get low. I don't know if we can get close enough to get the shot. I love how you can spot, like, I wonder if I can call an arty strike in on this guy. I don't know if we're gonna be able to catch him at this rate. Let's see, let's just see what he does. I want to get him back in the open. Let me see if I can call him back. No. Hey, come back here. Yep. Ooh, that worked. Okay, he's kind of on a patrol. I don't know if that's... Oh no, I spooked him. He didn't like that. He's like, I don't know what the heck that thing was, but I'm Audi 5000. Did it dipped? Darn it. Let's track it. So anyways, first time I hopped on a motorcycle, I wasn't also ready for it. And then when I was in college, a buddy of mine who'd never ridden a motorcycle before in his entire life went out and bought a Yamaha R1. And basically Yamaha R1, 1000cc, it was a monster, right? First ever bike, ever, period. He came to my house after work one day, let me ride it, and it was like, like a lightning bolt hit the tip of my other toe and just inspired me. Like, I just fell in love with motorcycles. And 6 months later, I bought a CBR and rode it in LA while I was in college for years. Years after that, I got a Ducati, which I still have. 748. Here we go. Here's another one. All right, we're going to just leave that guy. Because this... I don't know. He's gone. He's halfway to Mexico right now. But that's how I feel about archery. Watching Steve Rinelli, watching him do all the things that I pretty much grew up doing as far as like hiking the mountain, backpack hiking, camping, all that stuff. Like, that was a huge part of my life when I was younger. And then I got older and I just kind of lost touch with nature and lost touch with just the, ooh, baby. Why is he trotting? Hold on. How are we going to get close enough to get this guy? Okay, they don't like this call. That's for sure. I got to take this back. I still see him. Kind of. Oh, he's so camoed. There's another one over here. Is he going towards that doe? That's a fallow deer. Very easy, they say. Yeah, okay. So I watch the show Meat Eater, and I say, you know what? I'm going hunting this season. 2 weeks left in the season, by the way, in California. I'm going hunting this season. No preseason preparation. No, you know, nothing. I didn't know where the deer were. Well, I had an idea where some deer were. Up in the mountains here in Southern California, which is public land, and oh my God, this guy. All right, let's just cross this. He's got his back to us, so let's see if we can sneak up on him. So we're gonna line of sight with the trees. We probably shouldn't cross this field. And so I went for 5 days, camped for 2. It was amazing. It was the hardest game I've ever played in my life. It was, first of all, hiking with 50 pounds of gear, you know, 4 or 5 miles out, up in the backcountry and camping out there it's insane. Okay, if you're not physically ready for it, like I was not physically ready for it at all, period. I was dying the whole time. But just the hunt, man, like, and the fact, you know, you get 100 pounds of meat out of it. Dude, what is this guy doing? I've never seen them do this. They're like running from me. Normally they have like a, well, I guess it depends on what time of day it is in this game as well. So that's 2 bucks we've spotted. Oh, you know what I think I need to do? I think I need to actually... I bet we can get closer without creeping. Let me see. It's not easy, by the way. This isn't an easy game. We're not going to be, you know, getting kill streaks on entire herds of deer anytime soon. I'll be happy if we get one. I mean, we only got 2 shots, though. But I love it. I love it, man. It inspired me. Like, it's just... Now, let me just say this. Let me clarify one other thing, is I would never hunt. Just the type of person I am, I'm not into hunting exotic animals. I will never be into hunting exotic. I'd love to go on a safari with a pair of binoculars and watch them. But if I can't eat it and, you know, feed my family with the food, then I would probably never hunt it. That's just... It's more of a... I see it as like a gift of God, especially as being an American. You have this opportunity that you really don't realize you have until you're kind of exposed to other people who share the same idea. Oh yeah, there's some scat just now. That was not just now. That was like a little bit ago. Okay, let's just keep moving along here. This ridge line. This little, whatever, this little humpity-dumpity-doo. If I would have had a rifle, I would have smoked that deer, by the way. That guy would be in my freezer right now. Why did he start trotting? So, that's the skinny on what I've been up to. I mean, I was practicing archery, which is a whole nother monster. I didn't go out with the intention of actually getting a deer. I was more of a like dry run, I guess you could say. I did bring everything necessary to, you know, field dress him and backpack him out if I needed to. And I was ready to take a shot at 30 yards, 25 yards, if I could get close enough. See, the idea is even a blind squirrel will find a nut every now and then. So I think that it was something that I needed to do. The compound bow nerf needs to happen. Okay, it was just amazing, man. I don't know the best way to describe it. Just like camping, being by yourself out there, and like, I don't know, man. I'm getting older. Sitting down playing video games isn't cool to me. Being famous on the internet isn't cool to me. I never wanted that. I never wanted to be... I just wanted what I did to just like touch people like in a positive way and bring joy and inspiration and more recently God's message to people. And like there's really not a lot to play that's good, I don't think, out right now. This game is a lot of fun for me. I know it's requiring a lot of patience and we really haven't got a single buck, which is kind of freaking annoying, but at the same time, like, I want to play what I love and I just want to continue to follow what I started on this channel, which was just to follow my heart and play what I love, even if it's not mainstream and even if it's not Fortnite or Rust or Arma or Dayz. There's always going to be games out there that I'm going to love, and I'm excited to be back, and I'm sorry it took so long for me to clarify, and I'm sorry it took so long for me to... Dude, I don't see anything. Is it getting dark out, or is it... Oh my god. Can you hunt at night? This seems mildly illegal. Like, I think there's a rule, like first light. Any of you hunters out there, let me know. I'm pretty sure that... I know that you cannot spotlight hunt, because a bunch of them farm boys back in the Midwest where I grew up used to do it all the time. And they would basically shine a spotlight up in the trees, supposedly, and wait, look for eyes, and then shoot raccoon. Which is totally illegal and I don't recommend doing, and I never did it. I just heard about it. It just didn't sound like something I wanted to do on a Saturday night, and get drunk and drive around country roads and blast innocent raccoons trying to just live their life to the fullest, you know? But, dudes, I missed you. I love you. Sometimes I feel like YouTube... 7 years of YouTube. So here's another thing that kind of I needed a break. 7 years, man. We did it. We did it. We did 1 million subs. I never thought in 1 million years I'd get 1 million subs. I never thought that. Dude, here we go. Here's a call. It's a mating call. Ooh. Things are getting spicy up in here. We got the wind to our northwest here. I just need a break, you know. It's so hard to just balance everything, man. You know, I neglect my kids and I'm doing great at work. I neglect my work and I'm doing great with my kids. It's just so hard. I mean, you guys got to remember, I got 3 little ones now. I'm not the same Rhino. I don't enjoy trolling people anonymously online, and I'm not really anonymous anymore. It's crazy, man. It doesn't matter what I play, like Overwatch, Call of Duty. People recognize my voice, they recognize my name. Like, I have lost, what the heck? Oh, I have lost all anonymity, which kind of sucks because that was kind of half the fun of YouTube, was being able to do these. Whoa, what the heck? You can press L to turn your headlamp on. You need it to find tracks when hunting at night. Wow. So I wonder if they're going to be bedded down or no. Deer are more nocturnal. This feels illegal right now. I don't think no, there's no way this dude was over here. Something about this feels wrong. Dang, we saw 2 bucks and we couldn't close the distance. I wonder if I needed to, like, just full sprint, like, I'm coming, baby, which you can do, but it's loud. So I'm just trying to take it easy. Let me see here. What are we on the map? I want to head northwest. Yeah, let's keep heading northwest. You can jump too. Wow. So I might be able to get to the top of this. It's hard, man. Imagine doing this with, 20 pounds of gear on your back and then having to take a shot at the top of this hill because there's 3 deer bedded down. It's not easy, bros, but I love it, and I hope next year... I'm actually so inspired that I want to move out of California because the gun laws here are ridiculous. They're just getting... I mean, it's just... You got to register to buy ammo, and, like, it's just insane. Oh, here we go. And there really isn't a lot of good hunting opportunities. I wonder if the deer just stop in their tracks if you shine light at them. Okay, we got the wind to our west here, so this is... Oh! Oh my god, this is a terrible spot. Look for his horns. Oh my god, how many are there? I'm gonna have to take the doe. Oh, it's a bad shot. Whoa! I'm pretty sure I got her. Maybe not. Oh yeah, I got her. Wait. I missed the shot? Oh, this is a feed zone. There's no way I missed the shot. I think I was too low. Oh. Well, rip that. We could track them down in the... But there wasn't any bucks. You can hunt doe in this too. You don't have to go for the bucks. Obviously, right? You don't make as much money, but I guess this place is like infested with deer. It's like the deer apocalypse, and you need to... Oh, that's beautiful. You need to... That's picture time right there. What is it? I think this one... We got one shot left, dudes. Look at this. Let's back it up. Let's remember this hill where we lost 6 deer because I don't know how to shoot.
I just received the picture. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sure Gerlinda will love this.
Fantastic.
Everything you see now is part of the reserve, but the land itself is actually privately owned by the Sommer family.
The Zumbas?
The current head of the family is Robert Sommer, and he's very
Sommer.
supportive of the hunting reserve. Well, as long as it doesn't get in his way. You see, the Sommer family business has an agricultural arm, which include the grain and cornfields spread throughout half of the reserve. Unfortunately, fallow deer love corn, and they've dug into the Petershain fields recently. Sommer usually turns to Gerlinda to keep the fallows off his fields, but she's been bogged down with the book lately. If you feel like hunting some fallow deer in Petershain, Sommer will make it worth your while.
Ooh, okay, Petershain? I don't know where Petershain is. Whatever, let's keep going. So, that's the skinny dudes. That's 2 months of... Ooh, here we go. Whoa. Warning call. That should be close. I wonder if they just ran to the bottom of the hill. Ooh, is that them? Yeah. They're right at the bottom of the hill. Let's get them. Oh my goodness. 3 does. We got one shot at... What the heck? Did he spot me? 4 does. Wait, is that a buck? No, that's another doe. Okay, they're just chilling down there. Oh, they're really close. Where's the wind blowing? Behind us. Beautiful. Okay, if I can get an opening on this left side. Yes, they're rotating. Oh, they're rotating. Okay, this opening right here, this is going to be a wild shot. We got to hurry up. Try to get ahead of them. They're still good with the wind. They're not looking our way. It's an easy shot right there. No, I want to get broadside. Oh, here we go. This is the shot. Here's the money shot right here. Stop. Stop. That hit. Let's see. Oh! That was a heart shot. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was a I broke her spine. That's terrible, by the way. I mean, at least the meat will be good. Trophy ratings are a quick kill bonus, 100% integrity bonus. Dang, dude. Right in the spine. Cool. We're out of arrows now. We gotta go back. Let's fast travel back home. Let me see. Oh, we're right next to it. Well, we can fast travel anyways. We should probably get some sleep and hunt tomorrow. Let's do that. Because it's pretty dark out, and I don't like hunting at night. Something feels wrong about it. This guy needs to rest. Okay, this shelter can be used to rest. Alright, I'm gonna sleep until... Man, it costs money to sleep. I'm gonna sleep until, let's say, 5... What time is this? Let's do it. Wow. Perfect. Alright, let's get some more arrows. We gotta get a buck, man. What's the difference between these two? I own one. How much am I got 3,300. Accuracy, higher accuracy. Hip shot. Who hip shots a compound bow? Come on, dude. Oh, it weighs more as well. I actually want to save up for, It sucks you can't retrieve your arrows. You just, like, shoot them, and they're gone. I want to save up for something for small game, like a shotgun, or maybe a 357, maybe 454. $48,000! Are you kidding me? Bear stopper sidearm. This hand cannon pans enough punch to drop a bear with one bullet, but is not only for defensive purpose. The avid revolver hunter can also take this hefty gun out for a big game hunt any day of the week. $48,000 though. That seems kind of, I don't know. All right. Ooh, did I get arrows? Oh, there we go. Let me knock one. I don't see it knocked, so I'm gonna just go ahead and go like this. Maybe they never knock, and I just noticed it. That's a bug. This game's like 2 years old. How does it still have that bug? All right, let's continue on our original route. I'm gonna go explore this. You see, this is all explored, so we're gonna head directly west. Yes, west. We're gonna head a little northwest, see what we can see on the way. So what was I saying? Lingchi. Yes, Lingchi. You guys familiar with the term Lingchi? It's this form of execution they used to do somewhere in Asia. I don't know if it's China, Japan, Philippines, somewhere over there, where death by 1,000 cuts. 7 years of YouTube, I feel like it has been death by 50,000 cuts. Because honestly, man, people suck on the internet because, you know, it's the internet. You can say whatever you want. You're anonymous. You can hide behind your little mobile phone or your little keyboard. You can just be a jerk and there's no consequences, but nobody talks like that in real life to people. You don't, just nobody talks like that. It's just not real social interaction. It's just on the internet. So, and the thing that's weird about YouTube is, you know, you see it right next to your work. It's like, imagine if an artist were to make a painting or you go into a movie theater and you watch a movie, and right next to it, there's like a sign-in book, but instead of a sign-in book, it's like comments, right? Comments about this movie, comments about this art. Now, I'd be willing to venture if you made it anonymous, like you can anonymously write comments, there'd be a lot of funny stuff in there. But there'd also be like a lot of really toxic, vile garbage. And it's okay. I'm still learning to have to publish stuff and read the bile, I guess, or other people's junk. I feel like as I get older, I'm getting a lot better about being a receptacle for that sort of thing. Like I'm in essence a servant, because I'm taking I'm not but the 1% who are always the loudest. I'm taking their junk and I'm just like processing it. And, you know, you can sit here, other YouTubers can sit here and say, oh, I don't mean any of that. That doesn't mean anything to me. I just don't, ignore the comment. Then you got to have the same rule for everything. If you're going to ignore the bad comments, then you got to ignore the good comments too. So where do you draw the line? But I'm just going to be honest, and I'm going to just say straight up that that's not true. Like that stuff hurts, man, when people say lies about you, when people make up lies about you, when you have to just eat it, man. You just have to eat it, or they just say all sorts of BS. But one thing that I've learned the last year is that I have to live it. I have to live it. I have to be that which I receive, right? So like I receive grace, I have to be graceful. I receive mercy, I have to be merciful, because otherwise the whole thing falls apart. How am I going to sit here on one hand and preach mercy and forgiveness and then take to YouTube for vengeance and all the other stuff that a part of me really wants to do? Like I really just want to, any of you really old school Rhino fans know how I used to be like the Warzy, like just straight up calling people out, just being like, putting the truth on blast, because the truth always wins. In anything, the truth will always win. And a part of me really, really wants to do that. But I'm constantly reminded that I was given so much freely through grace, and I am shown mercy but through so much. So it's only, it's in the Bible. You have to show mercy. So it's hard. It's a learning experience. It's not easy. This isn't an easy thing for me to just lay down on a fight, to lay down on all this stuff that is out there. And it sucks, man. But I die so Christ may live in me. And it's a learning experience, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying, man. I'm out here in the woods by myself. I'm wet. I got 40 pounds of gear. I'm out of heat packs. I can't start a fire because I lost my damn matches. No, all I need is a knife and I can start a fire. I'll be all right. No more Cocoa Pebbles. We're on day 3 right now. This is where you're questioning if you'll even see a deer. God, I can't wait to go hunting again. You guys, it just, not only that, but I can't wait to get better at archery, because archery is like no joke. Like you see people shoot a compound bow and get a bullseye at like 40 yards, and you're like, I can do that. Yeah, okay, let's see it. And I used to shoot recurve bows all the time. Like I took a class in high school. Like I was big into it when I was younger, years and years ago. And it's no joke, man. You can't just pick that up and like be good, Like you need to really, really, oh, here we go. You really, really need to work at it. And I love it. And it's just awesome, man. It's awesome. And I'm thinking about doing some like actual hunting videos in the future. Not now, obviously, otherwise. Ooh. But next year, or maybe during the... Oh, why did they run? I spot them run across... Oh, I see them. 2 does. Oh, there's a... Oh, yeah. Why? Don't run, dude. How did he spot me? Okay, let's keep up with this buck here. Oh, I know why. The wind, man. Let's just keep up with it though and see. Feed zone. We got the wind. These guys are gonna be cash reward. Oh, cash money millionaire, baby. Whoa, hey! XP reward. I don't even know what I did. Trying to track this call. Warning call. Okay. We need the wind to really shift is what we need it to do. Is we need to start blowing to our north or our south. Actually, south would be great. East. He's going to be so far ahead of us. Straw fields. Last point we saw him was like right through here. So yeah, I'm going to take a trip. My dad lives in Montana. There's some great hunting in Montana. I'm going to go hit that up. Take a trip up there. Do some other stuff. Not just stick with the video game stuff. Do stuff I love. That's it. It's that simple. Sometimes I overthink things like, how am I going to do like an epic return video? Like, no, I just need a return, man. That's it. I don't need to do all that. You guys don't watch me for all that. If I had a rifle, I would have taken that shot, but I mean, listen, there's no ethical big game video game deer hunting, alright? Now, if we're out in the field, whatever, okay? I will absolutely be an ethical hunter, but boy, you let me see a buck at 300 yards on a moving target, I will aim for whatever I can hit and hope I wing them. You can't do that, though. You're not supposed to do that. I mean, I guess if you're, like, starving, you need to feed your family, you can do whatever you want, man. Where are these guys? You know what I haven't been doing? A little bit of this. I don't know how I feel about this color. Let's see. Let's give it a little whirl. Sounds like a fawn in distress. The wind is not in our favor. We need to continue to head west. Let's just go this way. We're going to abandon these tracks. Let me see what this is. Bedding area. The wind is definitely not in our favor, though. We're screwed. We're like running. We're like blowing our scent, broadcasting our scent. Like, let's go this way. We're going to have to give up on that buck. Oh, here we go. The great outdoors. Cash reward. Why do I keep getting cash rewards? It's another what is going on? ID calls from 2 different fallow deer? Oh, that was easy. Check, please. Does it just transfer straight into my account? Let me see here. Let me check my Bank of America app. Cancel, backspin. Wait. Let me see. How do I do that? Oh, yeah, here we go. Let me see. Yeah. It just gives you money right away. That's cool. Yeah, I never really gave this game a fair chance when it came out, by the way. It's good. It's beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. It's beautiful. I'm going to take a picture of this. This is for our memory right here. Like the way the sun and the clouds and like the road, like different. Okay, and you got the road in the background. Is there a lighter zoom you can do? Let's just do this. This is beautiful, man. Look, you got the mountain, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Beautiful. Oh, that's nice too. Look at that. Let's keep going. Like stargazing. I'm gonna get attacked by a wild boar, blow my knees out, and drag me back to the base. Oh! Did I spook him? Oh no! Why am I spooking him? I think I need to get... Hold on now, hold on. If I had a rifle, I'd take the shot. Oh, there he is. That's our boy right there. He's crossing over. Let's see. I'm not even looking. Okay, he's chilling. He might be crossing over here. I'm being pretty loud. I want to close the gap on him. Let's cut through here. Try to avoid this brush. No, he might have continued. Oh, this is good. Look, you had a rifle for this? Oh, is that one out there? Oh, let me just see something here. No. We gotta stick. We gotta maintain focus here. We're getting kind of Space Cadet. Ground control to Major Tom. I wonder if he's gonna cross or if he already crossed. We got the wind behind us, or blowing in our face, actually. Ooh. How far is that? Okay, we gotta focus. He might have circled back around though, too. Bring this out a little bit. Imagine if you could hold binoculars like this in real life. Oh, baby. Just like a moving tripod, perfectly like just zzz, laser vision, like Terminator through the forest, man. God. Now I know why people play video games like simulators, because it's just so darn hard otherwise. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to go hunting this season. I'm just going to pretend to hunt in a video game. Ooh. Oh, baby. Very easy. Oh, he's eating. Okay. I might be able to get close enough on this guy. Okay, wait, let me think about this. We hit this ridgeline, and then I'm gonna crawl when I get right up here. He doesn't have line of sight on us right now. Keep this ready. Get really quiet. I'm still pretty loud. Okay, it's not in the red though. You see in the bottom right there, it has that speaker, how loud you're being. Let's see if we can call him in. Actually, I'm afraid to spook him. Whatever, let's go. Crossing. So, rifle shot, he'd be dead. I also need to get him broadside. Man, I'll take that shot. What is that? How far is he? 100 yards? God, dude. Let's see if I can call him in. Oh my God, I'm not taking this shot. Ooh, yeah, let's get his broadside. I'll take the shot when I close the gap a little bit more. Yep, keep eating, buddy. Enjoy your day. I just don't want to risk hitting him in the butt, ruining the meat. Oh, this is fantastic. Look at this approach. Almost there. I'm pretty confident. Another 10 yards. I'll be... Let's see here. Let's see if I can call him in. yards. I should be able to take a shot. I'm not going to be able to get much closer. The wind's going to start blowing in his direction, so... Hopefully he doesn't move again. Yeah, the wind is slowly starting to blow towards him. Oh yeah, that's a shot right there. 77 yards? Good lord. Alright, let's take it. I completely missed. What is his ranged at? We're gonna have to get closer. I think it was too low. I didn't even see the arrow, to be honest. If this was a rifle, this guy would be deader than dead. $70 yards. Do I gotta get in 30 yards? Crawling, boys. I might have to get in 30 yards. 64. I'll crawl 30 yards for this kill. Or maybe 40. This is getting pretty close. We got a good approach, and he's not looking behind him. Oh, he's looking. Maybe. No? I could blind hunt and just sit up in a tree and wait for him to come by, but that's boring. Okay, I'm gonna lose visual here in a minute. $50 yards. Let's get up on this. The wind blew back the other way too. We got lucky. $50 yards. Now, I don't know the transition between... I'm trying to only move when he's... Can't tell if he's eating or not. Yeah, he's eating. The transition between prone to crouch. Oh, this is a shot, baby. Can I shoot from the ground? No. Wait, did he bed down? I think he just bedded. Yep. I don't know what to do in this situation. He's looking right on us, and you see. It's a beautiful buck, too. Nope. Oh, he's coming right towards us. No! Oh. Dang it. You know what happened? Oh my god, and why'd I take that wild shot? Those arrows are like $600 each, man. He got up to look at me. I should have called him in. Let's track him. Let's see if we can still track him. He got up to look at me, and I transitioned from prone to standing like a dingus. And I gave my position away, and he was like, nope. Let's see if we can track his... I think this is the one that got away right here. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, that was... and I had like a split second I could have taken the shot, and I didn't. I hesitated. Let's see if he slows down to a trot. Oh, I think I see him. Trot, trot. Very fresh, yep. We might get another chance at this guy. Well, at least we got a picture of him. Oh, he walked when he got up here? No. No way. Oh no, I just spooked some deer. Oh, I gotta be careful about cresting these ridges. Is this him? I think this is him. This might be a different one. So he got up this ridge and then he cut back west, I think, yeah. Let's see if this goes west. Yeah, that's what happened. Let's see, I'm not going to give up on this guy. I feel like a really big part of hunting, it has to do with persistence, and you just can't give up, man. You can never give up. Predators don't give up, do they? I mean, mountain lions, they don't give up till they eat. And you can't give up till you eat either. Because otherwise, what's the point? Just go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger. You want to give up? Just head on down, put the backpack down, hike down the trail, and just head to McDonald's and say, you know what? I'm just going to eat here because there's no way I'm having venison anytime soon. I give up. Like, you can't. You can't. You got to chase this little bugger all the way across the dang, wherever he's going. See? And just keep chasing him. It's a warning call. God, we had such good positioning too. Little son of a gun. Love how I'm just chomping through the forest looking for this guy, dude. It's fantastic. Let me give him a little one of these. Feel like he's close, but he might be just moving. Where is the tracks? Let's head towards the tracks. Nice if I can get an eye on him. I'm hoping that he was going to wrap around here, but I have a feeling that he's going to be in the brush on the edge here. This is nice. Where's all the squirrels at? See, this is why I want a shotgun. Blast some squirrels, a little midday snack, scare all the game in the area, and then go bow hunt them. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the track. Seems like a good idea. Can you hunt with silencers in other states? I feel like that'd be pretty overpowered. You probably can't. I mean, you can. You just probably can't legally. Give him a little one of these too. A little toot toot. Oh, he started trotting. We're behind him. There's some scat. Just now? Oh, baby. Look how thick this is. Stalking, catching up to him like this, it's going to be impossible. We got to wait for an opening. This is the track we're after. Trot, yeah. More scat. This guy's pooping all over the place. Oh, here we go. Just now, please. Yep, just now. Yep, and then he cut across this way. So he's traveling. He's not... He's not stopping to eat. It's going to be a lot more difficult. This guy's got me going all over the place. I kind of want to just full sprint after him. Oh. I thought I saw some little white rump. Little white butt kiss. Some seeing things. Alright, we're going to stop calling because that doesn't seem to be working, at least not with the bleed. Oh, he was walking through here. Look how beautiful this is. This is amazing. Wait, why are the tracks going back that way? Hold on now. Did he double back? I think he like came out in the open and then doubled back. I might have lost this boy. Let's get up here. That's a different deer. Yeah, that's a roe deer. We lost him! The one that got away. Alright, let's see if we can get some easy pickings on this roe. This is a roe deer caller, by the way, I think. Let me see. Lures. No, that's the roe deer. That's a bleat. This deer generates an authentic bleat of a doe and estrus every time it is turned. Simple to use and irresistible to any near bucks. But the bleed has a low range but a high chance of traction. Ooh. Okay, so we got to use that once we close the gap. And then this is specifically a roe deer. Close to this tree. Let's give it a minute here. Nothing. I guess my arrows are invisible. Wait. No. What is that? I think they're gone. I don't even see tracks. Alright, dudes. The buck that got away. What is this? It's Bigfoot! Bigfoot was here! Sasquatch is gonna jump down out of the tree and put me in a rear naked choke. Let's see. It's so addicting. I want to just get one more. Ooh, that's close. That's a roe deer. Come on. Where's the roe deer caller? 4. 4, not 2. No, it's 3. Ha. I like this opening right here. I mean, these guys might be right on the other side of this brush. Warning call. Yeah, they keep calling. Let's try to call them in. Try to actually hit the heart, not the spine this time. I got lucky on that, let's be honest. Oh, they're coming. Where though? Oh, I see her. To go. She's right up on me. She's looking at me. I'm looking for bucks. Did the other one dip too? I thought I heard another one. Come on, baby. Come on up. Don't be afraid. What the heck? Is this other one coming back? I wish I could put my head on a swivel. Yeah, she came back. I'm gonna hold for the buck, but I got a shot. That was a hard shot, pretty sure. Unless you can't shoot through brush. Maybe you can't shoot through brush. I'm gonna track this. I wonder if like the brush. Oh, here we go. No, that's a different one. Oh, this is the same one. She came down through here. She stopped like right here. I thought I pelted her. We're gonna have to practice our aim, boys. I'm missing shots left and right. And girls, by the way. So this looks like a good place to lay down and get some rest and get ready for hunting tomorrow. My back is sore from this backpack. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I'm going to set up camp here and get something to eat and try to refocus on our plan for tomorrow. So before we go, though, I just want to end on some scripture. This is something I like to do, as you guys. That being said, we are going to get into Matthew 28:20, and this is the new international version. I know a lot of people are asking me, which version is this? Which version is this? And so this is right at the end of Matthew 28:20. Jesus says, "And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age." This is huge. This is, for me, this is huge. And I don't know about you guys, but I often struggle with anxiety about everything from how work is going. Like I talked about earlier, you know, I'll be good at work, I'll be bad at home, I'll be good at home, I'll be bad at work. It's hard to balance. But the clarity in all of that is we worship a living God. God, Jesus, the Son of God, died and rose again. He's not a God who is dead. He's a God who is very alive and is with us. And I think it's really important to remember that in times of struggle and times of suffering, because I feel like that's when the connection is the brightest. You know, God blessed those who mourn. He said Those who mourn will be comforted. That is a blessing to have that type of suffering. And yes, everything's all great and dandy when everything's all great and dandy, but I really feel like you do get closer to God when there is struggle and there is a suffering involved. And I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, like everything should be perfect, right? Like if you follow God and you worship God and you obey the commandments, everything should be perfect all the time. That's not the case. Everything is not perfect. The Bible says that God will reign on the just and the unjust. And I think the most important thing is to stand firm in the faith during those times, because that's when God is there for you the most, when you need him the most. Because you don't need him when everything's going fine and dandy. You feel like you don't need God. But when you are struggling with things, that's when you need him the most. And it's really important to remember that he is with you. And I want to put this out there. This is on my heart. Spoke that there is nothing, and it's in the Bible as well. There's nothing that we can do to separate from that love and that grace and that mercy and that peace. There's, no matter how much you feel like you're sinning or you're not doing what God wants you to do, I want you to remember that it is by grace we are saved, not by the things that we do, because we will never be on this planet. We will never be the perfect, obeying, sinless people without God's love through Jesus. And once you accept that love, you are counted as blameless. You in God's eyes are chosen, and you are blameless, and there is nothing you can do to separate yourself from that. And I don't want you to think that because you're not going to church or because you're not doing the things that in your heart and in your spirit you should be doing to honor God's grace and to honor this incredible, incredible blessing and gift that he has given us. I don't want you to feel like that you are separated from him by any means. I am with you always to the very end of the age. In the King James Version, it says, I am with you always, even onto the end of the world. Even when it seems like there is no escape, there is no way out, there's nothing that can bring you out of this. God will always be with you. And I want to remind you guys of that, because I myself personally slip as well. Everybody slips, and I have doubts. And I say, well, if God is with me, then why is this happening or that happening? And I firmly believe it's for us. It's for us so that we can strengthen our relationship with him, so that we can stand stronger in the faith and we can be more persistent about maintaining that relationship and knowing that he is with us, and gaining faith actually from these experiences, and knowing that, yes, even though things at home aren't the best, even though things at work aren't the best, and even though I'm struggling financially, and even though I'm not getting the job I wanted or into the college I need, or I got to take a 1-hour bus ride just to get to work, and it's a struggle and it's hard and it's difficult, even through all of that, God is with me. And he is my fortress, my stronghold, my place of rest, my place of ease, and my place of just renewal and rejuvenation. And sometimes you got to go through all that to be reminded of that stuff, right? You got to go through all those struggles to be reminded of his presence. Some of us, I think, need that. I know I need it. I need to go through that stuff to remember who I am and remember who my creator is and the nature of our relationship. So just don't be discouraged, guys. Just don't be discouraged. He's with you. He's a prayer away, and he will always be with you, even onto the end of the world. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you soon. Peace and God bless.